Well, Linda, thank you very much for being here.
Thanks so much for inviting me.
You're welcome. So let's talk a little bit about tourism and kind of the perception of tourism, because a lot of people might not think that Mahoning County has much to offer in the way of tourism. There's no beaches, there's no big theme parks or anything like that. So could you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. When people do hear the word tourism, sometimes they think of, Disney World, Las Vegas,
Right.
Myrtle Beach. But really, it comes down to attracting people from outside of your area to come to your area, stay in our hotels, dine in our restaurants, shop in our stores. That brings that visitor spending to Mahoning County that otherwise would not be here.
Right.
And if people think there is not much to offer here, they couldn't be further from the truth. And
Right.
that's our job, to promote all of the wonderful things that
Yeah.
there are to see and do in Youngstown and Mahoning
And
County.
you mentioned Disney, you mentioned beaches, and you mentioned Las Vegas. We have gambling, we have beaches, and we have parks.
Yeah, we
You know what I
absolutely
mean?
do.
So we have all of
We
that.
absolutely do. Hollywood Gaming.
Right.
Lake Milton State Park has a great beach.
Exactly.
Mill Creek Metro Parks cannot be built. We have world-class art at the Butler Institute. We
Yeah.
have wonderful events at Cavelli and the
Right.
Foundation Amphitheater. It's
Yeah. So we'll talk about
a
all of that.
great weekend getaway when you
Yes.
come to Youngstown.
So I was going to talk to you a little bit about how you're marketing to people, where you're marketing to. And one of the things that I saw, it just came over today, the Weather Channel just released a new study that Youngstown is one of the 10 cloudiest cities in America. Which we always knew, right?
We always knew that.
knew it deep in our hearts.
We always knew that.
So I guess, how are you marketing the Mahoning Valley, Mahoning County to others? And I guess, who are you marketing to? Kind of what's that footprint look like?
As far as who we market to, it's outside of our region, primarily a 3-hour drive and further, so that hopefully they will be spending the night in our hotels.
Right.
Because that is how we're funded. We are funded solely by the lodging tax that visitors pay when they spend in hotels. And when that comes to the county, we get 1/3 of that.
Sure.
We get no general fund monies. So that is our budget. So in order to generate more hotel night stays, we market to those in the region that we hope will take the drive and then spend the night. So that includes, roughly 2.5, 3 hours out, all of the surrounding states, Michigan, Indiana, Kentucky, Illinois, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York. That's kind of the circle we draw around the area.
So what are the big draws to Mahoning County? Or, what can I do here that I can't do in Cleveland or Pittsburgh?
Well, we feel you can do just as much as you
Right.
can do in Cleveland and Pittsburgh
Yeah.
for a more affordable price, friendliest people on the earth.
Exactly.
And you're going to have a great weekend when you come
Right.
here. Once COVID hit,
Yeah.
everyone sort of rediscovered the outdoors. With Mill Creek Metro Parks as our playground here in our backyard, we were in great position to start promoting heavily outdoor recreation. Golf was considered a safe activity, and
Right.
our golf courses here, which are wonderful, public courses, affordable, where you can actually get a tee time, they saw a tremendous amount of growth.
Yeah.
They've had, the past few years, some of the best years they've ever had, because people were just wanting to get out of their homes, be in the fresh air where it was safe, and do some sort of activity, hiking, biking, golfing, any of that. And we've got wonderful opportunity for that here in Mahoning County.
Right. We have a ton of golf courses.
Yes, great golf courses, and we actually attend several golf shows in partnership with Mill Creek Golf Course. They partner with us. We go to these golf shows in Michigan and New York to attract golfers from out of town. They'll bring a group of 8 coming, and they'll book their tee times. We're in a strategic location for like the Michigan market as well as New York, on their way perhaps to Myrtle Beach or Hilton Head to golf.
Okay.
It breaks the trip up. Come here,
Sure.
spend the night, take in a round of golf on a great golf course, and then, if you're headed south, we're just icing on the cake.
Uh-huh. Right.
Add some more golf to your golf getaway. So
Got
we
it.
do promote golf heavily. It is a big draw for us.
And you were talking a little bit about something that I didn't, I guess I was unaware of, was influencer marketing.
Yes.
That you're doing now.
Yes.
Could you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely.
Because I immediately think Firefest. When
No.
I think of influencer, which I'm sure is not going on with you, but
No.
people on Instagram like taking
Yes,
pictures.
absolutely.
And going, "Look what a fun time
Social
I'm
media
having."
is huge, and especially in tourism marketing, when you see a photo of somebody doing something, enjoying themselves, you're like, that looks great. I want to go and try that. Mm-hmm. So we have partnered with a couple of different influencers, and we invite them to the area and give them a suggested itinerary, and then just let them explore.
Sure.
And
man, how do you get this?
Every time.
I'm in the wrong business.
I'll tell you. Every time we have people coming for that purpose, they always end their visit with like, "We had no idea. You had so much to offer. Mm-hmm. We had a great weekend. We're coming back." And that's what we want to hear. We want to have somebody travel to the area, take those great photographs, put those social media moments out there, go home and tell their friends about what a great time they had. So then those people will plan a trip back to the area.
Yeah.
And that's the goal. And an influencer with a large following, it fits the bill.
Now, you mentioned some of the golf courses had some pretty good years.
Yes.
So I was going to ask you, especially with all of the kind of the travel protocols and everything, did that impact tourism here with people saying, you know what, forget it, I'm not going to Europe or I'm not going overseas or wherever else,
Yes.
I'm going to find something kind of...
When the dust kind of settled
Sure.
in the summer of 2020, and people had had enough of staying inside their homes, they did, as I said, venture out to find safe outdoor activities. Mm-hmm. Our golf courses did take special precautions and enact, they followed CDC guidelines on, for instance, in golf carts, they had, many of them had dividers between the two seats, or else it was only one person per cart or something like that.
Right.
But they followed the guidelines, and people found it to be, a great way to just get out and do something.
Yeah. We just want to do something.
Absolutely.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
And we know that we are a weekend destination. And that's been our goal during, through the pandemic and post-pandemic, is to say, consider this area because you don't have to travel far. Mm-hmm. It's very affordable. Many of our, Mill Creek Park is free. The Butler Institute of American Art, free admission, unheard of. Right. It's a phenomenal facility, and there's so much you can do here for an affordable weekend getaway and really enjoy yourself.
And good affordable food with huge
our
portions.
Our food is the best. I'd put our food up against anywhere in the country, including our pizza. Come on.
Yeah, definitely. And good portions.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not going to go away hungry.
We eat very well here.
That's a nice way of putting it. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the impact of tourism here in Mahoning County, because I think some people may not realize just how big of an impact it has.
Yes.
This is according to your report, so if I'm wrong, go ahead and hit me. But I believe in 2019, just direct economic impact was $561.7 million.
That is correct.
Okay, so now that's just direct money. So if you're talking about all of the spin-off indirect money, then I think that number went up to $852 million.
Yes. And I will explain how those numbers come about.
And supporting, if I might also add, 6,700 jobs.
Yes.
Correct. So go ahead.
6,700. Every 2 years, Tourism Ohio, the State Office of Tourism, contracts with a company called Tourism Economics, and they do a county level economic impact report, which we have access to. The state gets it every year. On the county level, we get it every 2 years. So they've been tracking this data for years and years and years. And when you talk tourism, it encompasses 5 different business segments: accommodations, entertainment and recreation, retail, food and beverage, and transportation. All of that goes into the makeup of a tourism dollar.
Sure.
So they look at all those market segments and they do this study. And it was found that in Mahoning County, as you said, it was $561 million in direct spend. Yeah. And that means someone actually staying in a hotel, booking a round of golf, buying tickets for a concert at an event,
Right.
or paying admission into an attraction. That's a direct spend. The indirect spend comes into play when you think about perhaps the hotel itself. They have to purchase goods and services to provide their lodging. You know, they may need to have their carpets cleaned, so they're hiring a local carpet cleaner. They may need some landscape done, whatever. All of that is an indirect. And then there's also an induced factor where that employee at the front desk of the hotel, when you check in, gets their paycheck.
Right.
They spend that money here locally. So all of those tourism dollars, there's a direct spend, an indirect, and an induced. And it's a huge economic impact in Mahoning County. When people hear those numbers, they are sometimes taken aback. They're, you know, we didn't realize the impact that it does have. But we have 24 flag hotels, meaning under the Hilton banner or Marriott or Holiday Inn. There are 2 more under construction right now. And when you consider all the small hotels as well, we have 36 properties just in Mahoning County. So that's a decent number for a county of our size.
Right.
And then all the different things that are drawing people to the area, you know, our hotels have seen a very nice rebound from the COVID days, from 2020. We've bounced back, and it's been strong since then, and we're very thankful for that.
Well, what about just tourism dollars? How have those bounced back since the pandemic?
Yes, they have. In 2021, and it was difficult to compare to 2020 because it was such an anomaly. In 2020, there absolutely was a decline of about 25%. But comparing 2021, going back to 2019, which is a more logical comparison, we were up 14%. This year, 2022, year to date, compared to last year, we're up 31%.
Wow.
In these first few months of the year. So the demand is strong.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Right.
And we haven't hit the summer months yet.
Yeah.
So we're looking towards a great year here.
Wow. Okay. What do you think? I mean, what do you think that is?
It's a combination of a lot of things. A lot of events, weddings, reunions were postponed. They have been rescheduled.
Sure.
Large events like festivals have come back. You know, they're coming back this year. Simply Slavic will be happening later in June. We have an inaugural year for an Irish festival happening.
I was going to say, yeah.
The Greater Youngstown Italian Fest, all of those popular festivals, along with things like the Shaker Woods Festival, the Canfield Fair, all those things are drawing people. As we said, people just pent up demand, wanting to go somewhere for a weekend, and that's contributing to it. Plus, there are a lot of construction projects happening in our area.
Okay.
And our hotels are seeing a lot of business from that.
Okay.
So that's a great thing. You know, we do have some properties here that are extended stay properties, and these construction projects are generating a large amount of business for those hotels.
What about just educating people? Because I'm in the news industry, and I can't keep up with all of the stuff that's going on.
Right.
I don't mean to make that sound bad. You know what I mean? Like, I can't keep up with it, but there is a ton of stuff going on, and all of a sudden, every weekend, I find out I hear somebody on Monday who said, "Did you go to the thing?" And I have no idea that happened.
The best resource for you, Michael,
Me
is to follow us on social media at Youngstown Live on all social channels. Check our website from time to time, youngstownlive.com. Our events tab, the calendar is full of events.
Right.
It's very extensive. Tara Mady does a wonderful job of keeping up on everything that's happening here in town. That is your best resource to make weekend plans and, you know, see, I've got friends coming in this weekend, what's going to be going on. So absolutely follow us on social media. On our website, you can sign up for our monthly e-newsletter.
Sure.
That's always a great resource as well.
Could we talk a little bit about, because obviously we alluded to it, summer is here.
Yes.
So this is when everything starts happening around here.
Yes.
So what are some of the big events or big festivals that are going to be coming up people should be looking out for?
Well, you know, as I mentioned, the popular festivals, Simply Slavic, Greater Youngstown Italian Fest, and the new Irish Festival.
Right.
And then in August, 3 weekends of the Shaker Woods Festival. Those are very, very popular events. Y Live is back this year with Luke Bryan.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Coming to Ween Park, expecting huge crowds for that. You know, it was canceled not once, not twice.
Right.
Third time's a charm, hopefully. So that'll be a big draw.
And my friend Lori Factor would
Yes.
kill me if we didn't mention
Oh, we
the
didn't
YSU
mention the
Festival
Summer
of the
Festival of the Arts.
Right.
Absolutely. So Summer Festival of the Arts weekend is one of my favorite weekends. You know, the vendors and the artists that come to town have wonderful things for sale. There will be Youngstown Wine and Jazz on Saturday night.
Yeah.
The St. Nick's Greek Festival, some of the best Greek food you'll ever eat. And it's just a great weekend. And it is the weekend after the 4th of July. The date is escaping me. Is it the 10th and 11th? I check your calendars. I think that's
it's the weekend after
the weekend after the 4th of July.
Look it up at Youngstown Live.
Youngstownlive.com. It's on our calendar.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
717 Credit Union. Business services designed to meet your daily needs. Commercial loans, business deposits, merchant and payroll services. 717 Credit Union. It's knowing you were treated right every time.